Think for yourself. Question authority. Throughout human history, as our species has faced the frightening, terrorizing fact that we do not know who we are or where we're going in this ocean of chaos, it has been the authorities, the political, the religious, the educational authorities who attempted to comfort us by giving us order, rules, regulations, forming in our minds their view of reality. To think for yourself, you must question authority and learn how to put yourself in a state of vulnerable, open-mindedness, chaotic, confused vulnerability to inform yourself. Think for yourself, question authority, think for yourself, question authority.
Hi, I am Terry Eagleton, a leading Marxist critic, and I don't actually read other people's books. If I want to read a book, I write one myself. But, like I said, I know a little bit about criticism, and the task of Marxist literary criticism is to show the text as it cannot know itself, to manifest those conditions of its making inscribed in its very letter, about which it is necessarily silent.
We gon' bounce to this one, y'all. All the way, come on.
One cold, wintry day, while Don Quixote and Sancho Panza were out exploring and adventuring, they stumbled upon 4 literary critics.
Way out west, Oakland, the big sack where the pimps still rest. And the mean mugs and thugs who test your chest. It'd be so easy for me to be a pessimist, but I'm still here rhyming, still chalk climbing, addicted to the game like I'm on cane bobbing. It's really all organic, so mama don't panic. Your son ain't a crack fiend, even though I backlink hard on the verse till my shit sank.
It's off to find adventure, Sancho Panza.
I will follow you to the ends of the earth, senor. I go with you, I never go in anyways.
Mein Beeren. Mein beautiful Beeren. Oh, guten Tag. My name is Karl Marx. I'm a philosopher, even though philosophy has only interpreted the world and the point is to change it. I am also a revolutionary and historian and humanist. How can I describe my theories? It is of the utmost importance that people become aware of social class and gain, how can I say, class consciousness. Because after all, the history of all hitherto existing societies is the history of class struggle. Capitalism, having replaced the feudal system, is a system where the means of production, such as farming or industrial technology, change more rapidly than the relations of production. For instance, our internet came into existence and existed for a long time before internet laws came into existence. This mismatch between economic base and social structure is a source of periodic, very bad major crises in capitalism. In class terms, the shorthand of communism is that the bourgeois capitalist ruling class control the means of production, and the proletariat working class sell their own labor as a commodity to the bourgeoisie. The bourgeois class always pay the working class a wage less than the true value of their labor and the commodities that labor produces. This is how the ruling class turns a profit on the worker's back. This system will inevitably fall. However, that fall can only be brought about by organized proletarian revolution. I have dedicated myself to changing the world, and therefore most of my followers are not fatalists, but activists who believe that revolution will cause social change.
What a majestic castle, Sancho. This is where we should spend the night.
Castle. Senor, I don't see a castle. I only
What
see
are
an
you talking
inn.
about, you silly man? This is the most majestic castle I've ever seen. This is where
And while Don Quixote and Sancho Panza explore their castle, let's meet our other critics.
Walter Benjamin here. I don't think they're following me. After I left your class, I had to run off. German Nazis are after me again. But meeting up with some Marxist critics, Karl Marx, George Lucas. I think Coleridge is going to be there. Not Marxist, but it'll be interesting. We're going to discuss some criticism. Get back to you. Gotta go.
I am George Lucas. No, not from Star Wars, you fools. I'm the Marxist critic. Unlike Don Quixote, I confront objective reality in the world.
I'm Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Some people call me STC. I actually believe that, like Don Quixote, imagination is essential to text. And it's not about the moral of the story, but about what you can make out of the imagination of the writer and what the reader actually interprets.
Oh, a four-headed serpent ahead, Sancho! I must slay it and save the poor man! Die, serpent!
Hey there. Walter Benjamin here. You can see, I just found these characters. I think that one's Don Quixote, and we got Sancho Panza. And Don Quixote, he's entranced by the aura of this inn, which he thinks is a castle. And he is just lost. He's moving from his noble self to imagining that he is the king that deserves to live here. He's just entranced by the aura of it, that it has this mystical history behind it. But, lucky, we all know that Don Quixote is just enchanted.
You see, this is not about aura. It is not about enchantment. It is about social hierarchy, as the Marxists would like to say. Don Quixote sees this hierarchy of castles, a social hierarchy that he is higher than everyone else, based on his economic stance.
Yeah, we're making a ball in here. Senor, is this right? Ooh, yummy.
Hail Mary, Our Father, all Saxon, God.
Senor. Ay,
I'm so eager to test my new elixir. Let's see if it works, Sancho.
Senor! Senor!
I feel much better. This balm works.
Oh, senor, can I try some? Oh, yes.
You must.
Senor, why did you make me try these?
Sancho, I think the reason it didn't work for you is because it only works for knights errant. And you're not a knight errant, Sancho.
Why did you make me try these then?
Well, I feel better. Let's go look for adventure.
Oh.
Thank you, good sir, for this night at your castle. I shall pay you back by slaying a villain who may have wronged you in some way.
Senor! That sounds so weird. I'm pretty sure that you need to pay for your side of our inn, for your horses and the way you ate our food. You can't just leave.
A castle. This is an inn?
Yes, this is an inn. It's an honorable inn.
Well then, if this is merely an inn and not a great castle, then you can go ahead and forgive my debt.
That's of no concern to me. You need to pay me for the night's stay.
Knights errant don't pay for their stays.
What?
You're a fool.
What? Oh no! If your master shall not pay, then you will. And go!
Here, of course, you see the oppression of the proletarian class inherent in the capitalist system. The bourgeois ruling class stand idle by, while the proletarian is treated like an object to be tossed about.
Life is a series of tests. This is the one of many tests that Don Quixote and Sancho Panza must endure in order to become a knight errant.
Of course, it raises the question, how many tests can the proletarian class endure before an organized uprising brings the class crashing down and establishes a new system?
Sancho, my friend, I don't eat. Knights errant don't eat, but I found you some dinner.
As literary criticism turns into cultural criticism as a result of so many cultural crises, Marxist literary criticism can also be viewed as a type of cultural criticism, in that it seeks to analyze a discourse of power that makes up one of the discourses that determine a text's historical meaning.
Sancho, do you see what I see? Oh, what, senor, what? Defend yourself, base creature, or hand over to me what is rightfully mine.
Look at what I found.
What a find, sell it.
What? No. What? Senor, look it. It's for water.
No. This is a famous helmet.
Why don't you start?
The man who was wearing it must not have known what it was. Do you see what it is?
Guys. See, in this scene, you can obviously tell that they are looking at the imagination, making art out of what they see. Taking something that is not what it is, or what it appears to be, and making it what they want it to appear to be. It's not didactic at all. This is not trying to teach a moral, this is not trying to be something that is one thing or another, but this is just being free and
On the
artful and
contrary, good sir, on the contrary.
Oh, here it
However,
comes.
do you see what has happened? You see what has happened?
Do you see what has happened? That man had no imagination.
This innocent young man going from one destination to the other, going about his daily business, and this noble bourgeois takes what is his.
Sir, this man had no imagination. That's why he ran away scared.
Imagination or not, you can clearly see the means of production being controlled, or at least property.
So you think that's more important than imagination?
Yes!
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
You ready, men?
We are ready for an adventure.
Sancho, Quixote, blindfold yourselves.
Horse? You go, Don Quixote. Is your horse? Hold on to your horse. Blindfolded. Sancho. Tell me if it's too tight, Sancho.
Tighter.
There.
Tighter.
Up.
Go tighter. Oh, that's good.
Set, okay. Right behind Don Quixote here. On the horse. Alright. Don Quixote, give it a good spur and get her going. Yes! May God go with you!
You're flying!
You're flying in the air!
And here, once again, we see the bourgeois noble class manipulating, fooling, taking advantage of the petite bourgeoisie and the proletariat. If Don Quixote and Sancho Panza had kept their wits about them, this may not have happened. But they were duped once again by those higher above them. This can only last so long before the inevitable proletariat revolution takes down the capitalist class.
Look at you flying!
Senor, how can we
Going
hear them
higher
if we
and
are
higher.
flying? Don't ask us questions right now, Sancho.
You're getting so high, you're touching the clouds. The weather is coming. Ah!
Oh, I can feel it. It's cold.
And as you approach, you're getting warmer and warmer to the sun, and everything's getting so hot.
Oh,
The wind's
it's so
blowing.
warm. So warm.
I think I feel the warmth. Senor, I feel the sun. I feel the warmth. Oh, senor. Oh,
You're just about there. The horse is almost lit.
it's getting
The horse is almost lit.
it's getting warm. It's getting warm. Oh, it's getting hot. It's getting hot. Hot.
Sancho, my friend, describe to me what it was like to fly. Well, I must admit,
When I was in the air, I gave a little peek. And, well, the world was like a mustard seed, and the people like hazelnuts. Yes, hazelnuts.
Sancho, think about what you are saying. For if the earth was a mustard seed and the men upon it were hazelnuts, you could not have seen the earth. You would have only seen the men. One man would have covered the entire earth.
I saw what I saw.
Sancho, think about what you saw.
I am thinking about what I saw. I saw this. I promise I saw this.
I'm gonna slide all over.
I'm not really thinking that The whole thing is, Paul doesn't realize
What persuades men and women to mistake each other from time to time for gods or vermin is ideology. One can understand well enough how human beings may struggle and murder for good material reasons, reasons connected, for instance, with their physical survival. It is much harder to grasp how they may come to do so in the name of something as apparently abstract as ideas. Yet ideas are what men and women live by, and will occasionally die for. Marxist criticism is not merely a sociology of literature, concerned with how novels get published and whether they mention the working class. Its aim is to explain the literary work more fully, and this means a sensitive attention to its forms, styles, and meanings. But it also means grasping those forms, styles, and meanings as the product of a particular history.
So fast.
Alright, heads up.
Seem like you fall down for sure. Where you gon' go where you can't hide? Let's go deep down inside. Oh Lord. Let's go. Oh Lord. Coming closer, the game's almost over. I'm trying to remain sober in my hunt for Red October. It's my day to be reborn, resurrection just begun. Oh Lordy, don't be long.
I wanna get that, yeah. My ring. With the beard. I feel like we should put that white stuff in your hair.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Come hither. Come hither. Whoa.
On my way.
This is totally making my notes.
Not filming this, are you? I hope not.
Poncho.